to see how much have you got in this paper. Many people say that the paper was fair. It was fair to them. So let's look at it and then we try to see how did we smash the paper. We are very thankful for those people who were with us since the beginning. I know that our prediction, our discussion, was 97% of the paper. So let's smash the paper and we see the possible answers. Maybe what you would have written. Please note that there could be more answers on some questions, but I might not go through it or through them because I just want to be just to give you a hint on each and every question and how you are supposed to answer this question. All right. Let's start without wasting time. Just without wasting time. Let's start. Yes. All right. Someone saying that hey, hopefully I passed. Diona, yes, you passed. Please take note of this, that if just in case I'm rushing and then there is a small mistake I've done, maybe just alert me on the on the charts so that I'm able to check and see. Or any answer you are doubting, just let me know on the comment section. I'll be able to go back and then check so that I give you a confirmation. Thank you so much. Malta. Yeah. All right, let's start. They're saying that in external fertilization, dry environment is required. Nope. We don't want a dry environment. Sperm cells are released into the female. Nope, because it is external. They're saying fewer gametes are released. Nope, you need a lot so that you are able to have at least some of them to go to the what? To the ovum. They're saying that predation of eggs can easily occur. Yes, because the eggs are not being protected. So the most correct answer here is look to be D. So D, 2 marks. Which one of the following is not a function of the placenta? We talked about it. And then we say that it is a point of attachment of the fetus to the mother. It's not. It's correct, but they are saying it's not. It allows the fusion of nutrients from mother to the fetus. Yes, it is correct. So it allows the fusion of oxygen from the mother to the fetus, the fusion of oxygen, because the fetus requires oxygen. It is correct. It allows the fusion of wastes from the mother to the fetus. What does the kid want from the wastes from the mother? There is no need. So the kid doesn't want the waste from the mother. The waste comes from the kid to the mother, not from the mother to the kid. So D becomes the most correct answer. So that one becomes D. Right. Why? Because they are saying it is not. They're saying that into which part of the ear are grommets inserted? If you use the distinction material book, I know that you are in distinctions. All right. The answer is tympanic membrane. So that is 2 marks. Then they're saying that the microscopic space between two adjacent neurons, a junction between homoneuron, that's what it means. That's a synapse. We call it a what? A synapse. So that is B. It allows impulse to move in one direction. So those are 2 marks. Someone is saying 4 so far. Okay, count. You make me happy. All right, they're saying that study the diagram below and the diagram below and try to answer the following questions. So in this question, they did not bring 2 or more questions on the same diagram. They just brought 1 question. They're saying that if you look at it, you have the egg, you have the embryo is developing. It's the same story. Now the baby comes out, and then you see that the eggs are being what? Hatched, and then So it basically, you will see that there is no fertilization taking place, meaning that the fertilization was internal, but the development is outside the mother's body. All right, we start. The embryo develops outside the mother's body, correct? And they're saying that the embryo develops inside the mother's body. No, we see that the embryo is here, is developing inside the egg. So this one is wrong. So now we use our elimination method, what we said all along. We said that whenever there is now 2, the answer is wrong. So this one goes out, and then also this one goes out. So the answer is either A or B. The yolk is the primary source of nutrients. Yes, because it is outside the female's body. This is correct. The young one receives nutrients from the mother through the placenta. How can it receive it through the placenta when the baby is not inside the mother? So also 4 is wrong. Where there is 4 is also wrong. This is wrong. So it means that A becomes the most correct answer. So 2 marks there. Right. We continue. Which statement about the body is structure and is responsible for change in the speed and direction of the body movement is incorrect? So they are saying that is incorrect. You see, hey, they are bringing these questions now in different angles, in different versions. I don't know why now. All right, they're saying that the semicircular canals are positioned in 3 different planes. Yes, this is correct. Yeah, is correct, because they said what answer is not correct. The semicircular canals are placed in 3 different planes. Yes, so that you're able to detect any position and the directions. All right, we continue. B, the endolymph fluid moves in at least 1, yes, depending on the plane at which the head is moving. This is also correct. They're saying that the movement of the endolymph fluid stimulates the maculae to generate the stimulus, and the stimulus to generate the impulse that are sent to the cerebrum. Maculae. When they said speed and direction, go back to the distinction material book, our distinction material book by M. Side, you will see exactly. So here it shows that maculae does not detect speed and direction. It detects the position of the head. So here we are looking at speed and direction. So this one looked to be incorrect. They're saying that the cerebrum sends impulse. The cerebrum sends impulse to the skeletal muscles to restore balance. Does cerebellum responsible for balance? Yes. So the answer here, this is correct, this is correct, this is correct. This is the only statement which is not correct, because the question here is asking incorrect. So the most correct answer becomes C. Let me see your answers in the comment section, guys. Let me see. If I see a different answer which is not the right, or you are challenging with something, I will check it and then confirm with you, so that your heart is settled. Remember that you are doing these corrections. You have other papers you're gonna write, like the prelim, like the final exams. Still, is very important to know yourself, because not all teachers are going to go through these papers. That's why you always give you this memorandum immediately. All right, we continue. So we said that C becomes the most correct answer. We got to question 1.7. 1.7, they're saying that which percentage, what is the predicted percentage increase in the hearing loss from 2020 to 2030? So we need to look for 2020, 2030. They didn't ask you this, they said from here to here. Remember, percentage increase, we say that it is final, we said it, final minus initial over initial times 100. So remember, and you also say that it can even be more than one, it can be even more than what? It can be even more than 100%. So I'm gonna say that final, which is 509, minus the initial, which is 430, divided by the initial 430 times 100. When I calculate here on my calculator, it gives me 18.7.37. So I look for that, which is A. A becomes the most correct answer. We got 1.8. Which part of the amniotic egg stores the waste that is produced by the developing embryo? We say that this one is always a lontoid, so 2 marks there. I think, guys, things are still moving well. They are still moving well. So now we go to the menstrual cycle. What are they talking about on the menstrual cycle? They're saying that refer to the diagram below and choose the correct option regarding to the hormone production at the specific stage of the menstrual cycle. All right, so remember that from stage 1, this we find FSH being produced too much. This stage we find estrogen being produced too much. This stage we find LH being produced too much. Here we find progesterone being produced too much. All right, so now we start here. They're saying which one is they're saying regarding to the correct option regarding to the hormonal production at the specific stage of the menstrual cycle. All right, from day 1 to 6, we have to look for FSH because we said it here, FSH. So meaning that now these two are wrong. So if you gave that answer correct like that, then the answer becomes wrong. Then from day 13 to day 15, let me go and then check what is being produced. What is being produced is LH. So we see that LH. So we had our answer either this or this. So now because now 13 to 15 is LH, so I have to look for LH. Meaning that now A is also out. Meaning that B becomes the most correct answer. Let's look at 16 to 28 if it is progesterone so that you are able to confirm. 16 to 28, which hormone did we say? It is progesterone. We go back and confirm. Yes, it is progesterone. So B becomes the most correct answer. Specific, Katleho, Teresinsi. I see, guys. Mandisa, I see you guys. Ne? Yeah, thank you. I see you guys were getting things right. Right, go to question number 10. They're saying the table below shows the percentage of nitrogen DNA sample. The sample contains 17,300 nucleotides. All right. So these are they put it in percentage. So it means that let me calculate for the percentage and after that I'll be able to convert it. So the first question they are saying that this and this is 19. So it means that definitely this is also 19 because A goes with the T. So if this is 19, this is 19. So it means that because it is percentage, so I will say that 19 plus 19 gives me 30, I think it's 38. Yes. When I combine, meaning that the balance from the percentage, remember percentage is 100, is 38. 100 minus 38, it will give me 62. 62 divided by 2. Why? Because the 62 is for guanine and cytosine. 62. But I need to look for the individuals. So divide by 2, so I get 31. So it means that this is 31, this is 31. So meaning that the guanine here they're talking about is 31%. So if it is 31%, they're saying which one shows the correct guanine in the sample. They're not asking you. So we have sample. We have sample A. It has this. You have A. It has sample A has 18%. So they're saying that which one of the following shows the correct number? Guys, they didn't say correct percentage. If this is correct percentage, it would have been A. But they said number. So I have to convert this percentage. I've got the 31 into numbers. That's why they gave you this number for you. So now divide by 100 times 17,300. So it gives me a total of what? A total of 5,363 bases. So I come back here and I have to look for that option. That option becomes C. So C becomes the most correct answer. So guys, I always tell you that a paper which looks to be easy, in most cases sometimes tend to be difficult because you rush. You are rushing. And when we are setting, we like to trick you to check and see that if you understood the question properly. Yes. So they said the number. They did not ask you for the what? The percentage. So the first objective was percentage, but they want the number. That's why C becomes the most correct answer. I hope, guys, you got 20 out of 20 there. If you got 20 out of 20, clap hands for yourself. All right, we continue. By the way, guys, thank you so much for subscribing. We managed to reach 100,000 subscribers. We are very happy that we have reached that milestone. Thank you. All right, we continue. Receptor which receives stimulus of the sound. How do you call that receptor? We call it organ of Corti. Organ of Corti. They're saying receptors that found in the retina of the eye, which are sensitive to dim light and night light and white and black visions. We call it rods. Those are rods. Genetic composition of an organism, we call it what? Genotype. Someone saying it was tricky. It was tricky. The type of dominancy where both alleles of the gene are equally dominant. They are equally dominant. Neither of the two alleles is complete dominant over the other. That is incomplete dominance. But they are saying they are equally dominant, meaning that they are being expressed in the phenotype of an organism. Therefore, becomes co-dominancy. Co-dominancy. Yes, because they are equally dominant. They're saying the shape of DNA, it is double helix. There is no any other word you're supposed to put here. It's double helix. That's it. Yes. They're saying that the branch of nervous system that is responsible for light or fight or flight function in emergency, we call it sympathetic nervous system. They're saying the structure responsible for secreting progesterone during what? During the menstrual cycle. We call it corpus luteum. Yes. Site for meiosis in female. Site for meiosis in female. We call it ovary. Done. 8 out of 8. Who got 8 out of 8? We continue. Someone said helix. It's not helix, it's double helix. We continue. The hormone levels during pregnancy. The hormone levels during pregnancy. We require high amount of progesterone to maintain pregnancy. So we require high. So that one is out. We require low level of FSH so that there is no new development. Someone said, right, complete dominance. Okay, there is no new development. There is no new development of the ovum. So it means that the answer here becomes low. We require low, because if it is high, another ovum will be produced, meaning that the person can become pregnant 2 times. So when the progesterone level is high, the FSH must be low so that the Graafian follicle is not developed again. Therefore, the answer here becomes none. This one had a bit of challenge based on the statement they gave there, but the final memorandum will be released, and then let's continue with that. So I'm gonna discuss about it. They're saying introduce significance of meiosis, to introduce haploid sperm cells. This is fine. It introduces the haploid sperm cells, meaning that it leads to the production of haploid sperm cells. Correct. But where? Here they're saying in the female. Sperm cells are not produced in the female. Sperm cells are not produced in the female. So, yes, the meiosis leads to the production of haploid sperm cells. But the sperm cells, they talked about female. Why female there? So since it's female, I will say no. But yes, meiosis, the significance, yes, it is to produce haploid sperm cells. And also, when what puts the sperm cells into the female is the penis. Alright, so I'll leave this one hanging, but maintains the constant number of chromosomes from one generation to another generation. This one is correct. So this one becomes correct, but this one, yes, they will have to discuss about it for it to confirm it to be correct or to go with the B only. Alright, we go to the next question. Stimulus picked up in the ear, sound, correct. Change in the position and direction, yes. This one is also correct. So the answer here becomes B, both A and B. Both A and B. Remember, it is supposed to not A and B. It's supposed to be both A and B. Don't just say A and B. The word both must be there. If you know it's not there, so it will depend on the what? The mercy of the teachers and the discussion which is gonna come out yes, tomorrow. All right. Let's go to question. Oh, wait. I hope you guys got all those marks right. They're saying that read the extract below and answer the question that follows. Multiple sclerosis is an autoimmune disease where the body mistakenly attacks the brain and the spinal cord. Does not it does this by damaging the myelin sheath, which is a protective coating around the nerves. When the myelin sheath is damaged, the communication between two brain and the rest of the body is interrupted. The resulting symptoms include extreme tiredness, loss of concentration, memory loss, numbness, all these, difficulty in walking, balance. All these are some of the signs. Name two structures in the passage that make up the central nervous system. Obviously, if they say central nervous system, you have to look for the brain and the spinal cord. That is that, because they know any other central nervous system. So brain and spinal cord. So answer, that one is right. Study the corrective name that is the membranous layers that surround the parts mentioned above. The surrounding like this. We call it meninges. 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 We got the next question. Identify the part of the brain that would be damaged when the symptom occurs. Memory loss. Remember, that is cerebrum. Difficulty in breathing, that is involuntary action, that is medulla oblongata. Medulla oblongata, yes, oblongata. Then they're saying difficulty in balance is cerebellum. Done. You got all the marks. All right, we continue. Meninges, correct. From the passage, they said from the passage, so they don't want you to tell us any other issues. Name the category of the disease to which the multiple sclerosis belong. Someone said that I did not study this. They said from the passage. It means that these are some of the questions you study from the exam. You study them and then you get the answer. So the answer is here. Autoimmune disease. It belongs to autoimmune disease, meaning that attack the buds or the parts of the body. Yes. Someone is saying, hey. Then they are saying, name the part of the neuron that is being damaged. What part of the brain, which part of the neuron which is being damaged is myelin sheath. I think they talked about it here. It's here, myelin sheath, damaging the myelin sheath. So, so that one is also done. 8 out of 8. You see, this paper was a little bit easier, but it had a lot of too much of reading, and some people don't want to read. Anyway, 1.5. Let's go to question 1.5, and then we smash it. Yes, you remember Thundereduc? At Thundereduc, we smash. We do what? Because if you fail to smash the paper is gonna smash you. All right. Keep on our Thundereduc will always. All right, you guys, you make me happy. Full marks. there is hope now, ne? Fiona, I see you. All right, you give me that energy. We continue. All right. A. Remember, this is the moment you see that which one here removed the fetus, removed the nucleus, meaning that this one we threw it, because this one we kept it, and then this one we kept the shell where we kept the nucleus, meaning that the nucleus was brought, meaning that this is the one which we needed to produce, meaning that G must resemble with this. Why? Because we kept the nucleus. You see, this nucleus was brought here. Okay, let's go to the question. Name the genetic engineering process shown above. Cloning. Done. They're saying give the letter that represents the offspring. G. They're saying individual being cloned is A. Why? Because we kept the nucleus. Alright. Give the natural shape process represented at E. We talked about these things. They are saying this is not that process. This is, they're asking you the natural process, meaning that in the normal circumstances. Therefore, it is fertilization. Fertilization. Yes, fertilization. So, but what is this? This is fusion. Yes, fusion using mild electric shock. Yes. If you don't know it properly, go to distinction material book. And there are a lot of videos we have done exactly the same question like this. Yeah, even in our last discussion, exactly the same thing like that. Even it was our what? Thumbnail. But people did not realize it. All right, let's continue. Yeah, we say that our predictions are always above 90%. All right, we continue. The diagram below shows the importance of process occurring in the cell. Study the diagram and answer the question that follows. All right, let's smash it. Identify the process, which is, we say this process is what? DNA replication. List 3 organelles found. We talked about them. We said the nucleus. Number 2. Number 2 is mitochondrion. Number 3, they said in the plant cell. So even chloroplast. Chloroplast. So we have the nucleus, we have the mitochondrion, we have the chloroplast. 3 of them. DNA replication. Done. The person who said this paper, thank you so much. Guys, I hope you got 50 out of 50. Oh, at least a minimum of 40. Yes, thank you so much. We continue the next question. Remember, I always tell you that once they give you such, label them. So we say this is a lens, this is the pupil, and then this is the yellow spot, and then this is optic nerve. Okay, we continue now the question. Let's go and smash the question. Explain the structure suitability of C. Meaning, what is C? Remember, yellow spot, that's where the clearest image is formed. So they want the structure, meaning that it has the highest concentration of rods and cones. What makes it to form the clearest image to be formed there is because of it has the highest concentration of rods and cones, or has the highest concentration of photoreceptors. Done. A man looking at a distance tree and describe at the tree, distant tree, and then decide to look to watch TikTok in his phone. Okay. All right. Meaning that from far to near. All right. Name and the letter. Identify the letter and then the name of the part that is being used or adjusted to see this clearly. Obviously, it's going to be the lens, the suspensor ligament, and the ciliary muscles. But in this case, they only talked about the lens. Therefore, the answer becomes A, and you say lens. You see? Phone brightness. The phone brightness setting was high, meaning that too much light, while was watching TikTok. Name the process. We call it pupillary mechanism. Pupillary mechanism. And then they're saying describing the mechanism. We are meaning that you are describing in the bright light they talked about. So remember, we said that in bright light, we don't mix things up. R goes with R, C goes with C. Yes. Yeah, when do we mix things up? When the lights are off. Yes. All right, R with R, C with C, meaning that radial muscles relax, circular muscles contract, the diameter of the pupil decrease, and then less light enters the eye. Done. We continue. Glaucoma is an eye condition characterized by a high pressure in the eye. If the left untreated, it can damage the part of the and the impulse to the brain, which can result in blindness. All right, they're asking letter and the name of the part that can be damaged, meaning that characterized by high pressure of the eye, it untreated damages the part that takes impulse, meaning that they are looking for the nerves. They're saying letter and the name. We said it here. The letter is D and the name is optic nerve. Done. The letter here is D and then optic nerve. We are done. We go to the next question. 2.2. So let's go to question 2.2 and then we see what is happening here. And I remember when I was telling you, I said, it's coming. Simon, you're busy laughing. All right, 2.2. Right, they're saying that write down the complementary DNA base triplet to the molecule shown above. Left to right. This is left, this is right, meaning that I'm gonna say A goes with T C A. So it means that my answer here is gonna be not A. It's gonna be TCA. Yes, because they said DNA, and this is what they said. This one is what? Messenger RNA. So I convert it into 1. I'm gonna say GA. Oh yes. They are saying that name and describe the process that led to production of molecule above. Name. It is. Remember, this is messenger RNA. We say that formation of messenger RNA is called transcription. Therefore, I say this is transcription. That is it. Transcription. So if that is transcription, what am I supposed to say? Describe the process of transcription. I can't now talk about this. We know this. Double helix DNA unwinds, weak hydrogen bonds break. 2 separate strands are formed, one acting as a template for formation of a messenger using free-floating RNA nucleotide from the nucleoplasm, whereby A goes with the U and then C goes with the G. A complementary strand is formed which has coded information from DNA, which is a messenger. Then it moves out of the nucleus via the nuclear pore to the ribosome in the cytoplasm. That's what they want. Basically, you describe the process of transcription. And I say don't go the paper without knowing such. All right, we continue. Name 2 structure difference between DNA and nucleotide. And we are singing this song. And I knew that people are going to get this right. Remember, they are saying give structure, state the structure, meaning that they don't want you to draw a table, because they didn't say tabulate. But if you say tabulate, you have tabulated it, still you're gonna what? You're gonna get it right, because they won't give you a mark for the table, but they will give you the marks, the things which you say there. So if this is DNA nucleotide, this is RNA, and I say that there are only 2 points which you're supposed to talk about. Number 1, DNA has thymine, RNA has uracil. Yes. Number 2, DNA has deoxyribose, sugar. RNA has ribose, sugar. There is no any other, because they said nucleotide. They didn't say the strand. Okay, guys, let's go to the next question. Someone is now accusing me that I'm so excited that even I skipped economics paper. No, guys. After this live, immediately it's gonna be economics. It's gonna be economics. It's gonna be economics paper 1 for people who are writing paper 1 tomorrow, ne? Yes, and then there is also the people who are writing paper 2 tomorrow. So it's gonna be paper 1 and paper 2. All right. So please make sure that you watch what is corresponding to you. If you are writing paper 1, watch for paper 1. If you are writing paper 2, watch for paper 2. All right, we continue. During the information of the molecule in the diagram above, DNA molecule mutation occurred, and then the change happened like this. We talked about this, and I said I don't got the paper. Sometimes people, when you tell them, they don't want to hear, but that is a fact, man. Yeah, I told you, your mother cannot cook, and then you become hungry, and the neighbors, they become full. All right, you are my kid, so make sure that I cook for you nicely, and then, yeah. They're saying that, so now, since this is messenger, you see, this is messenger. They talked about it, that this is messenger. But what is in the table here? The table here is DNA, meaning that I have to change this into DNA. So A goes with T, G goes with C, and then U goes with A. What am I saying now? Computer, don't start. All right. What am I saying here? A goes with T, and then G goes with C, and then U goes with A. All right, meaning that I'm gonna look for TCA. TCA is here, which is serine, meaning that this one gives me serine. And then A goes with T, U goes with A, G goes with C. All right. What does this one? TAC. TAC gives me methionine. Meaning that is 3 marks. Meaning that this will be translated to this, which code for serine. Meaning that you mentioning serine is a mark. That this one codes for serine. And then this is translated to this, which codes for methionine. You see? You mentioning methionine, that this codes for methionine, is another mark. Then which they're saying, how would this affect the protein? So we want to know whether the protein will change or the protein will not change. Therefore, you will say that the protein will change because there are 2 different amino acids. This will affect the protein. The protein structure will change. Yes. So we got the next question. So the mark is here, the mark is there, and then there will be a change in the protein. Also, that will be another mark. The 3 marks. We continue. A new protein will be formed. Yeah, maybe they will say that a new protein will be formed, meaning that the protein has changed. So we got the next question, 13 out of 13. We go to question number 2.3. See? You could even smash this within less than an hour. Let's continue. All right, let's continue. Hemophilia is a genetic disorder that results in the abnormal clotting of blood. It is caused by a recessive allele carried on X chromosome. And then they're saying that the clotting factor shows you are normal. And then while if you have it, it means that you are hemophilia. Meaning that this is a male. If this is a male and is sick, therefore is like that. This is a female, therefore produce a kid who is sick, therefore is going to be capital H. Because it is normal, it's going to have a small h. All right. And then because this one is sick, meaning that even this one is going to be capital H, small h. And then this one obviously is going to be small h, y. Remember, y doesn't carry anything, but I saw people put it saying x, then they put capital H, small h, x, small h. How this is female and female? They can't produce the babies based on this reactions. All right. They're saying name the type of diagram represented above. We call it what? Pedigree. Differentiate between the term gene and allele. These things, they look the same, but they are different. So A gene is a part of DNA that controls a particular characteristic. That is it. A gene is a part of DNA that controls a particular character. And then an allele is an alternative form of a gene, is a different way in which a gene can express itself. For example, height, color, skin color is a gene. Black or white is allele. So meaning that this gene, the skin color, can express itself either as white or black. So this becomes the allele. Black or white is allele, but skin color becomes the gene. So part of DNA that controls a particular character, we call it a gene. While allele is another form in which an allele is being in which a gene can express itself. That's why we say that it is an alternative form of a gene. We continue. How many generations are shown? How many generations are shown? Is 1, is 2. So we go to the next question. 2 generation. How many females are carriers of the hemophilia, heterozygous? So I'll come here and I look for the normal female. It's this one and this one. There are 4. There are going to be 2. You see, we had already given even the answers. 2. Provide a possible genotype of individual A and B. I think we know it already. Individual A, we say it is like this, and individual B is like that. So meaning that we know all the answers. You see, the mother A, okay, we find out what is mother A. Is heterozygous, is a carrier, is expecting a girl, using the genetic cross to show the percentage chance of her daughter having hemophilia. Meaning that the mother, okay, meaning that I'm gonna use the same. Even the genetic cross was a little bit simple. All right, let's find it. Remember, we say that you always say P1, F1. You say that phenotype. We say that the mother who is normal. Do I have to say carrier? Carrier can only help me female, normal female or mother crossed with hemophilic male, which is the father. And then we say genotype here. We say that genotype we give you remember, when you're marking, we give you this 1 mark. Now they have talked about this in the question, another mark. And then now you got the genotype. We say that we go back and find out the mother is heterozygous. Therefore I come back here and I say that the mother is capital S, capital X is heterozygous, while the father, we see that the father is sick, is hemophilic. You see, is hemophilic. Therefore I will say small h, y. And then you say gametes, meiosis. Meiosis happens. When the meiosis happens, I form the gametes. Therefore I form the gametes here, meaning that I have capital S. Yes. Then this one here, y. Remember, I always tell you that the gametes, please make sure that this thing is on the same line. I always tell you that the gametes are not at the beach. Therefore, better circle them. If you circle them, is fine. If you didn't circle them, is also fine, as long as you left the spaces between. Then after that, let's cross them. Let me just make this one to be a little bit far, to be F1 here. Then this, you can use the Punnett square or you can cross. I told you that some of you don't know how to cross. You do this crossing like this, you do them like this, and then you end up failing. I told you that when you come to this, just do like this. Put a dot here, put another dot here, put another dot here, put another dot there. Simple. Then now start connecting the dots. This with that. So now I know that X, capital H, X, small h. Now I need to join this dot with another. I'm gonna say X, capital H, Y. And then now I'm joining this dot. Now this with that is gonna be X, small h, X, small h. Now I'm joining the last dot with that X, small h, Y. So now it means this is normal, but this one is hemophilic. Meaning that I'm gonna have these are offsprings. So meaning that I have one girl. They said, what was the question? They said that the percentage chance of having a girl who is hemophilic. Meaning that the genotype, the genotypes of the offspring, 1 female normal, 1 male normal, 1 female hemophilic, 1 male hemophilic. Meaning that I'm going to have 1 out of 4 times 100. because they said hemophilic girl. The girls cannot only be produced without boys. They are also, if you use the Punnett square, is also fine. So they didn't say that among girls. They said the possibility of producing girl who is hemophilic. That's why this one becomes 25%. If they had said that to the percentage of girl among girls, then it would have been 50%, because among girls it is one girl normal, one girl sick. So among girls, then it would have been 1 out of 2 times 100, which gives me 50%. But they said the question was general, and then they are saying here that you are just expecting the girl, what is the percentage chance of the daughter being hemophilic. Therefore it becomes out of 4 you're gonna produce times 100, so you get 25%. Yes. We continue to the next question, guys. I think things are moving well. Those people are seeing things coming up right. Thank you so much, guys. In the next few minutes, we'll be smashing the remaining questions. We got the next question. Marijuana, cannabis. Cannabis, yes, is called cannabis is widely used in both recreation and the medicinal purposes. All right. However, its impact in male fertility has raised concern among the researchers and the healthcare professions. A total of these male were grouped into 200. One group consists of marijuana users. Second group consists of men who did not use marijuana. They're saying that 400 male were of the same ethnicity, meaning and the age. Oh, this one is going to help us maybe. They're saying that the measurements were conducted annually for 5 years. Also, that one can help us. All right, question number 1. Identify the dependent variable. They are starting with the dependent variable. So I told you that you go back and read. An investigation was conducted to explore the effect of marijuana use on the male fertility. Meaning that the male fertility will depend on the use of marijuana. Meaning that the dependent variable here is the male fertility. So the dependent variable here is male fertility. Then they are saying that the independent variable, the effect of marijuana, meaning that the use of marijuana. Yes. How much marijuana do you use? So meaning that the effect of marijuana or the use of marijuana, that will be the independent variable. And then one variable that was controlled. What did you control here? You said that basically you see that you controlled the number of male who were used. You controlled that I want to make them 200. You can also see that 400 males were used, and then you see that the ethnicity also was used. Even the age, the age group was also controlled, meaning that it was controlled so that you are able to bring about someone swapped them, sorry. It was so that you're able to bring about that reliability. So think that one is done. State 2 ways in which reliability was ensured. I told you that this is the only time when we mark the tense. If they ask you past tense, you answer in past tense. If you change, 0. It was ensured reliability by, remember, you repeat the experiment. So what did they do? They repeated it annually. They conducted it annually for 5 years, meaning that they repeated it 5 years. That's number 1. Number 2, you increase the sample size. They used 400 male. That's the sample size. To increase the reliability, they used 400 male. So that's the meaning. So that one is also done. They are saying that suggests the reason why male do not smoke were also included. They were included so that it act as a control experiment to compare results. That those who smoke, what will happen? They are supposed to be like these normal ones. if they have the same result, that means that it's not marijuana which is causing the problem. But because these normal ones, they are fine, there is a difference between the two. So what caused them is the marijuana. So it's just is a control experiment which is used to compare results. We continue to the next question, 2.5. Name one other procedure. So if we are to, okay, the boy needs a kidney transplant. His biological mother okay, you have to read out blood group or where DNA. Okay, boy. Done. All right, saying that the boy is blood group A, uncle one is blood group B. Okay, they're saying the boy. Name one other procedure. That is, here we are looking for organ transplant. That is the kidney, the organ transplant. So you cannot talk about organ transplant there. You cannot talk about organ transplant. All right. Meaning that here you can talk about paternity test. Yes. Use the information provided, identify the individual that is best match for organ donor. This one, you have to, let's do it together. I think you use the what? The ruler. Yes. So if there is any deviation, meaning that my screen is on the right, this matches, isn't it? This, nothing, it matches. This, it matches. This, it matches, nothing. This, it matches. Okay. This is done. This, it matches. All right. This, it matches. Hey. Then this, it matches. Let's do again. I don't know. Let's find out. This, you are supposed to use a ruler. I mean, I don't have a ruler here on the screen. This, it matches. Okay, correct. Okay, this, let me see. I see it's matching. What about this? This, I see it's matching. Okay. Then this, does it match? Yeah, it matches. This one is smaller than, so it can't be. This, I see it's matching. Okay, it's matching. Now what about this? I see this one is a little bit small compared to this. Based on this screen, so it matches. Then what about this? It matches here, nothing here. What about this? It matches. So now let's count. It's 1, it's 2, it's 3, it's 4. This one has 4. And then here, it's 1, it's 2, it's 3, it's 4. This one has 4. It's 1, it's 2. This one has 2. So this is a tie. Meaning that it could be 2 or it could be 3. Based on what I saw on the screen. So you were supposed to use your ruler and then you do it properly. Is it clear? Yes. So I see 2 and 3. If they wanted both, use the information about identify which individual is best, because they're saying individual match, but here we see it is 2 and 3. So on your paper, you're supposed to use a ruler and identify it perfectly. So I'm not going to, but that's how you're supposed to do. Yes, I'm not going to discuss that too much. All right, we continue. Explain your answer, meaning that the bands for profile of the boy match more with individual 2 if you use the 2, or with individual 3, or 2 and 3, yes, more than individual 1. You understand? Yes, meaning that we have too much profile bands which matches the boy with individual uncle 2 and uncle 3, meaning that blood group A and blood group B. Blood group BA and this one, individual uncle 2 and uncle 3. If the boy's maternal grandmother was blood group A, okay, and what is OR? The possibility of the blood group for the maternal grandfather. Oh, so you want the father. But the boy is what? The boy is blood group A, blood group B. So we come back here and we look for that B, blood group B. So if the boy is blood group B, therefore, what will I say? I will say that the boy, because it's blood group B. What makes blood group B? You can't say it's blood group A. No, that one's out. You can't say blood group O. That one is out. So it can be blood group B if the father is blood group B. Yes, like this. So one, because it can be heterozygous or it can be homozygous. So one of it can combine with A. If A was heterozygous, this can combine with this, you form B. So blood group B, the father could be blood group B. What about if the father is blood group AB? Blood group AB. If you look at it, this can combine still with this and still form blood group B. Meaning that the father can either be blood group B or blood group AB. So that is the answer. Oh, that's why even it's 2 marks here. So you get 2 marks there. A or blood group AB. Because they're saying that what is the possible blood group of the grandmother, because the grandfather, yes, is blood group A. So basically, to produce blood group B, the grandmother should be either blood group B or blood group AB, so that you're able to produce blood group B. All right. Thank you. 7 marks. We go to question number 3. The last question. Question number 3, they are saying the diagram below shows the embryonic development in the female. Yes, in the female, study the diagram and answer the following questions. Identify the name and describe the structure. Name and describe. If you go back to our distinction material book, it's very well stipulated like that. What's the answer? They are saying that structure D, we say that is a ball of cell. That is the ball of cells, which you call morula. So it's basically ball of cells, cells called what? Morula. So that's the answer. Then structure E is a hollow ball of cells. Hollow ball of cells called blastula or blastocyst. Yes, blastocyst. Yes. So it is hollow. They want to see this word that it has a hole in there. Hollow ball of cell. Hollow ball of cell. This is a hollow ball of cells. Hollow ball of cells. Hollow ball of cells. Ball of cells. That's the description they are talking about. And then the name, what is it? The name is blastocyst or blastula. And then this one, the description is ball of cells called morula. All right. Blastula, hollow ball of cells. Correct. Specific. Someone saying yes. So, name and describe the process that lead. What are they talking about? Let me clear up, guys, so that I'm able to see properly. They're saying that name and describe a process that lead to the process that structure E underwent. How do we underwent at the uterus so that structure F can be positioned correctly? Oh, which one is that? Oh, this one, structure F, can be correctly, meaning that we call it implantation. Remember, it forms a outer layer called the chorion, which forms the finger-like projection for implantation. So basically it is implantation, yes, meaning that the blastula attaches itself on the wall of the uterine or uterus or uterine wall. Yes, remember it forms this outer layer which forms finger-like projection. So meaning that that process, because they said name it, so meaning that the first mark is implantation, and then now you say describe it. You describe it. How do you describe it? Meaning that the blastula attaches itself on the walls of the uterus or the endometrium. Yes, so basically that is it. Draw the full labeled scientific diagram of the gamete. This question found at A. This question, I hope, let me just say that it was not specific. However, because of this statement, they said that the diagram below shows the embryonic development in a female. You see? Therefore, we're going to go with that. First of all, let's go analyze. They say the gamete. We come back here. This is not a gamete. Meaning that this, if you look for the first step, it is zygote. But zygote is not a gamete. No, it's the resultant structure when the two gametes fuse. Yes. So, meaning that I have to go back one step so that I find the sperm and the ovum. So we have two gametes. So which one do I draw? Because they talked about the female female, the female who is a human. Therefore, I will go for the ovum. Meaning that you have to draw the structure of the ovum, not the structure of the zygote, because zygote is not a gamete. I think I'm clear here. So meaning that you have to draw. Sometimes people, they draw it like this, and then they put the cell membrane, and then they put the nucleus. Yes, this one must be smooth, whereby this is the jelly-like layer. Remember, jelly-like layer is not straight. Yes, others, they just draw like it. It's the same thing. Draw it properly. Yes, comes the jelly-like layer, and then you have the cell membrane. Yes, then you have the cytoplasm, and then you have the nucleus inside. Jelly-like layer, then you have the cell membrane here, then you have the cytoplasm, then you have the nucleus. Yeah, that's it. And then now you tell us that the diagram showing gamete found at A, or diagram showing the ovum. Simple. Yes. So guys, that's why I said this is a gamete. It is not a zygote. It's not a zygote because a zygote is not a gamete. We got the next question, 3.2. I hope I'm clear there. We got the next question. The same diagram below shows 3 different neurons. All right. Identify neuron A. A, it is sensory neuron. Check the cell body. So sensory neuron, and then C is motor neuron. So we know that there's motor neuron, and then this is sensory neuron. Right. What is a reflex action? Is a rapid automatic response to the stimulus. Rapid automatic response to the stimulus. Suppose mother had just removed a pot after cooking when accidentally touches the hot stove plate. Describe the path traveled by the impulse to bring about this. So basically, I told you, you even in our discussion we talked about it, that you just use Mr. M and Mrs. W, if you don't remember, and then they have a bow tie. I'm just drawing it not right, but then you have it comes in. They want this path. Meaning that the photoreceptor, not photoreceptor, the The receptor, the thermoreceptor in the skin will detect the stimulus and change the stimulus into enough impulse, which will move along the sensory neuron, to the spinal cord via the ventral root. I'm talking about a lot because they only want 5 points, yes. And then the sensory neuron will come into contact with the connector neuron through the synaptic connection. The connector neuron will transmit the impulse to the motor neuron through the synaptic connection. Then the motor neuron moves out of the spinal cord via the ventral root to the muscles, and then the muscles will contract and then remove the person. That's it. Meaning that you need to talk about the receptor, the sensory neuron, the synapse, the interneuron, the synapse, the motor neuron, and then the effector. At least you have 5 marks there, showing how the impulse is being transmitted. Yes, you have to talk about that impulse because they're saying describe the path. All right, we got the next one. Name the path traveled described above. We call it a reflex arc. It's a reflex arc. Done. Question number 3.3. Amniocentesis. What are they talking about? Is a test that may be offered during pregnancy to check if a child has genetic disorder or chromosomal condition such as Down syndrome, graded by the ultrasound device shop, saying that the healthcare provider inserts a thin hollow tube through the abdominal wall and then into the uterus. Small monitor amount of amniotic fluid is then is being withdrawn into the syringe. The needle is removed. Sharp. So they're just telling us, ne? Using information, state the purpose of the amniocentesis. Amniocentesis, they talked about it here. To check if the child has the genetic disorder or chromosomal condition. That is the answer for number 1. So done. Name 2 membranes that rupture during surrounding the fetus. We said is amnion, extraembryonic membranes, amnion, and then what? Chorion. Yes, it's the amnion and the chorion. You call it chorion. Some of you call it chorion, others you call it chorion. Yes, chorion. We got the next part. State two functions of amniotic fluid. State 2 functions of amniotic fluid. State 2 functions of amniotic fluid. So here we talked about the shock absorber, temperature. It keeps the temperature almost constant. It allows free rotation of what? Free rotation of the baby or embryo. State the difference between genetic composition of the baby with Down syndrome compared to an affected baby. State the difference in the genetic composition of the baby with the here we want to see the genetic composition, meaning that the chromosome. The one with the Down syndrome will have 47 chromosomes instead of 46, while the unaffected one will have 46 chromosomes. You understand? Yes, the unaffected one will have 46 chromosomes, while the affected one will have 47 chromosomes. So the somatic cells will have those number of chromosomes. Or you can say that the chromosome number 21, yes, in Down syndrome will have 3 copies, while the chromosome number 21 in unaffected will only have 2 copies of the same chromosome. Yes. Anyway, question 3.3. Yes, I want to take this opportunity to thank and greet all students of IQ who are doing life science, and also want to take this opportunity to thank my daughter. Yes, my daughter Mtweni. If you're called Mtweni, say hi to yourself. or say hi to everyone. Mutweni, buhle, ntokozo. Yes. All right. We go to the next question. Corion. They're saying that, all right. I'm just reading your comments, man. See, guys, tell me something. Is things going well? Are you getting what you expected? Let's go to the next question. Actually, the second last. They're saying the diagram below shows two phases of meiosis in plant cell. Study the diagram below and then answer. They didn't say this is a human cell. Oh, now talk about 46. Identify the part labeled X. X is a spindle fibers. Y it is embryos. And then Z. And Z is what? Z is centromere. Is it? Anyway, I'm gonna go with that. What is being known? Yes, I'm gonna go with that which is being known because plant cells, they don't use centrioles, they don't use spindle fibers. Anyway, but this is what is it? Let's go with that. Yes. Yeah, they use plates, but that's it. So we're gonna say that someone saying, why is chiasma? No, it's a centrio. Not centrio. Centrio. We got the tabulate two difference between meiosis 1 and meiosis. This we are singing it the song. Tabulate. Draw a table. The table must be complete. Put meiosis 1 here, put meiosis 2 here. You get a mark. Then you tell us what happens in prophase 1. Prophase 1, meiosis 1, meaning that crossing over. The other side, no crossing over. Metaphase 1. Metaphase 1, you have a random arrangement of chromosomes, or chromosomes arrange themselves in pairs. While the other side, chromosomes arrange themselves singly. Meaning that here is homologous chromosomes in meiosis 1. That is metaphase. Go to anaphase 1. Chromosomes move to opposite poles. Anaphase 2, chromosomes, you can talk about chromosomes, chromatids move to opposite poles. You can talk about in meiosis 1 result in 2 cells. In meiosis 2 results into 4 cells. So there are a lot of differences you can talk about. Name the phase that will follow immediately after the phase represented by B. What is B? Immediately after B. Remember, I told you that when you have such questions, this is what you do. Rotate it so that these things are in the sides. You see that now the chromosomes are in the middle. So this is metaphase 1. So the next phase, what did they say? Let me put it back. Which follows B. Which follows B? Will follow B. Meaning that is anaphase 1. It's supposed to be anaphase 1. So, so you got it. They're saying that will immediately after the phase represented above. So it is anaphase 1. Non-disjunction occurs in the phase mentioned above. Okay. Compare the number of compare the number of chromosomes that will be present in each cell at the end of telophase. Oh, guys, these are 4 chromosomes. Meaning that if this is, let me draw it here. If this is the cell, they are like this. So basically they are like that. I've just rotated them. Yes. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. So when anaphase happens, but so it's gonna be supposed to split like that, isn't it? So that now you form this one. You must have 2 of them, and then also this one must have 2 of them. But because now non-disjunction has happened, then it means that I'm gonna have these 2 of them are going to move in one direction, and then this one is gonna split. You understand? Whereby now I'm gonna form one cell is going to have 3 chromosomes, and then this one is going to have 1 chromosome. But this will be at the end of telophase 1. So at the end of telophase 2, these chromosomes are supposed to be unreplicated. Unreplicated, meaning that they are supposed to be, this one is going to have 3 of them, while this one is going to have 1 of them. Meaning that, what you're going to say, you're going to say that one cell, actually there are going to be 2 cells, because this one is going to split again here. 2 cells will have 1 extra chromosome, yes, and then other 2 cells will have short of chromosome. In other words, if they say the numbers, 2 of the cells will have 3 chromosomes, while other 2 cells will have 1 chromosome. This is what I'm trying to describe. That other 2 will have 3 of them, then other 2 will have 1 of them. All right. We got the next question. 13 out of 13. The last one, man. BT cotton is a crop that has been genetically modified to be insect resistant. Scientists conducted an investigation that could compare the yield of this between this. Oh, okay. However, due to unforeseen circumstances, the results were not recorded. These results were not recorded. Okay. State the aim of the investigation. Remember the aim, I say that it must start with the word to. Is to compare the crop yield of BT and non-BT cotton between 1999 and 2007. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to talk about. Yes. In this country. Then they are saying that explain one financial benefit of the farmer having this. Remember, this is much more resistant. Much more resistant. Yes. Since it is much more resistant, meaning that the farmer will reduce the cost of the pesticide or insect, because they say this insects is the same thing. Insecticides or the pesticide. The farmer will reduce the cost of the insecticide application. Yes, insecticide or pesticide application. That's it. And then now they are saying that draw the line graph. Some people were drawing a bar graph. They said line graph. And guess what? Some of you didn't see this. They said from 1999 to 2001. Meaning that when you're supposed to draw only this. Only that. So you guys, so only that. Some people, they did some mistake. I see someone here saying that did some small mistake. Yeah. So now we are saying that. So you have to draw, meaning that the years are supposed to be here. The years are supposed to be, yes, are supposed to be there. And then you have cotton. You have cotton is supposed to be there. And then what is it? Is supposed to be in grams. Yes, grams per meter squared. Yes, meaning that now you're gonna draw a graph. We see that you start make sure that 1999, 2000, and then 2001. Make sure that you have proper. You see that which one is the lowest. You see the lowest is this, and then the highest I see is this. Meaning that I can start from 150, 150, 150. Let me check and see. 150, 200, 250, 300, 350. You see, and then now what happens here? I see that if I compare this and this, I plot, it is 330. I will come back here and see this. It started around here, 330, and then it went 300, so it will be around here. Here during this period, it will be around here, and then it went to 340. So it means that here it went back here, meaning that I'm gonna have something like this. Yes, you do properly, ne? And then I'll put a key and then I put what is that. Then I have this one now. It's 350. Started from 350 in 1990. 350 is around there, and then 180 on this one is around there, and then 300 is around there. So meaning that if I join, it's gonna be something like this. Yeah, so the graph was supposed to be like this. Don't forget the caption here. Also, you put the caption, and then yes. Is there anything they talk about? Yes, they just said yes. That's it. And then now they will give you mark. The type of graph is correct. If someone drew this instead of the other, then still you will be able to you will be deducted some marks. I know that most of the people drew from here to here. Please always read properly. They said from 1999 to 2001. They didn't say to 2007. That's why some of you didn't finish, because you are busy plotting a lot of things which are not being asked. Anyway, please make sure that you do. Someone saying that I thought that I'm crazy drawing a parabola. Guys, it's like that, man. This is like that. Thank you so much, guys, who have been online. Guys, if you have any challenge, let me know, guys. Is there any question which you see that I did not discuss properly, or you have some challenge somewhere? I've not seen anyone saying anything. Thank you so much, guys, for being here with us. I hope Ntokozo, you are here. We love you so much. Guys. Greetings to Mamlola. Also, we love you so much. All students who are basically next time my eyes will be wide open. Mobile, thank you. Mabaso, yes, Mabaso. All right, thank you so much. So that next time your eyes are open widely, ne? Yes. Bridget, we see you. Don't cry. We still have more time, guys. We still have more time to fix ourselves, and then we see that at least for the next exams we are able to pass them nicely. Thank you so much. See you again in the next class.